Hello everybody and welcome back to another baking session with Ella. Can you say hello? And today we're going to make some yummy bagels. So we're going to wash our hands and then get started. You ready, Ella?
Hello.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Ella, you ready to do some baking?
Yeah.
Yay, let's go. So we have all our ingredients ready to go, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 3/4 teaspoons of fast active yeast into 1.5 cups of warm water. And I'm just going to whisk this round and leave it to sit for 5 minutes so that the yeast activates. And while I'm doing that, Ella is going to add the rest of the ingredients into the flour. You ready, Ella?
Yeah.
So in this big bowl, we have 4 cups of bread flour, and Ella is going to put in 1 tablespoon of light brown sugar. Okay, girl, you put it all in. Yes, well done, thank you. And now she's going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Good girl, well done. Is it all in? Well done. So Ella is just mixing those dry ingredients around while we wait for the yeast to be ready. So it's nearly ready. Nearly ready, Ella. So Ella's now going to help me pour in the water and the yeast into the flour. Put it all in. Good girl. And then she's going to mix it all together. Can you do that, sweetheart? You mix it all together. This will make quite a stiff dough, and it takes about 2 minutes to mix it all together. And then you're going to pour it out onto a floured surface and knead the dough for about 5 minutes. Okay, Ella, you mix it all together? Yeah? You mix it. Good girl. Wow. So Ella is now going to knead the dough for 5 minutes. Yeah? You're going to knead the dough? So you're going to use your hand and push it in, turn it over, and push it in, and turn it over, push it in, turn it over. You knead the dough. Good girl. Is that good fun? And messy. You like getting messy, don't you? Good girl. So I oiled this bowl and I put the dough in, turned it over so that both sides were covered in oil, and I'm just going to cover it with cling film, and I'm going to leave it to rest for 90 minutes, and it should double in size. And while I'm doing that, Ella is going to clean the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to clean the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, good girl. So as you can see, my dough has now doubled in size. So I'm just going to punch down the dough to get rid of any air pockets that are in the dough, and then I'm going to turn it out onto a floured surface. So I rolled my dough into a sausage shape, and I'm just going to divide it into 8 even pieces. So I'll just start by cutting it in half, and half again, and in half again. And then I will have 8 roughly even pieces, and I'm just going to break them off and roll them into little balls. So once you've made all 8 of your dough balls, you're just going to push your thumb into the middle to create the hole of the bagel. And so it'll look like that. And just repeat that for all 8. So now all 8 bagels are done. I'm just going to cover them with some greaseproof paper and let them rest for a minute while I get the sugar water ready to boil them in. So I boiled some water up and I've now set it to a medium heat, and I'm just going to add in half a cup of sugar. You can also use honey if you wish, and just let the sugar dissolve. And then you're going to add your bagels, 2 or 3 at a time depending on the size of your pot, and let them boil for 1 minute, and then turn them over and boil for another minute. So it's 1 minute on each side. So I'm now going to carefully lower my bagel into my boiling water. So that's on that side, and I'll let that boil for 1 minute and turn it over and repeat the process. So I'm going to add a few more and then come back to you. So these bagels have been boiling for 1 minute, and you can see they have already swollen in size. So I'm just going to flip them over and do the other side. And while these ones are cooking on the other side for 1 minute, I'm going to separate an egg and whip up the egg white, ready to brush the top of these bagels. So I've now transferred the bagels to a lined baking tray, and I'm just going to brush the bagels with the egg white. And at this point you could add your poppy seeds or sesame seeds or coarse sea salt, whatever you like on your bagels. We're just going to have them plain, as that's the way Ella likes them. And then I'm going to pop them in the oven at 220 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. So once the bagels are done, just transfer them to a wire rack to cool down. These are great then to keep for a few days, and then you can slice them open, put them in the toaster and have them for breakfast or lunch, and then put whatever filling or topping you want on them. Enjoy, everyone!